Hi everybody, my name is Eli.
I'm Jason.
I'm Caden.
I'm Jaden.
I'm Nicole. And we are the Yahushua and Torah YouTube channel.
And these are the laws, statutes, and commands of Messiah Yahushua. For those who do not know who Messiah Yahushua is, who is he?
He is the son of Yahuwah, the son of the Creator, as you know him as God or Lord. His name is, for you guys, is Jesus Christ, but his real name is Yahushua HaMashiach.
Yeah, and just for those who do not know, have never heard from this channel, we do not believe, based upon scriptures, that the Creator and his Son are the same entities. And so I wanted to make sure that was clear to everybody out there. And so why do we not think this?
Well, we don't think it's because he said that he is the Son, and if we had two people that were God, two people that were the same people, we'd be having more than one God. We'd have another God before the Creator himself.
Right, and he says he's a jealous El as well, and so, we should definitely keep our eye on the ball. And it is not it is two individuals, it's not a single one. Today is month 7. It is the 16th day on our Creator's calendar. It is the 4th day of the week. It is the 2nd day of Sukkot, and what that means. What does that mean, Eli?
It means that we are right now in the feast times of Sukkot. And it's day 2. Yesterday we had the High Shabbat. It is time that we should be dwelling in booths or sukkahs.
Yeah, and Jade, where does this come from?
This comes from when they were leaving Egypt. It's a remembrance and a practice for when our forefathers left from Egypt and they were on their way to the Promised Land. They all slept in tents and they never had a permanent dwelling place until they got in the land. And also a practice for us when we go back to the land, when we have our exodus, that we will be doing this as well.
What kind of exodus are you talking about, man? What are you talking about, Eli? What second exodus is there?
When we're going back to Jerusalem, when everything is over and Yahuwah calls us to Jerusalem.
Is there any scriptures that say there's going to be a second exodus?
I believe so. Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah, there's multiple that we went. Yeah, there's a huge list actually.
What are you talking about? There's huge piles of them. We went
tons
over these the
Isaiah,
other day.
Ezekiel, Jeremiah.
Yeah, they're all over the place. It talks about the second exodus, and so it's definitely something we should all be aware of. And when a messenger of Yahuwah comes before us, we should obey them and do what they say, because we may be part of a second exodus. And so until then, we are dwelling upon these lands that our Creator has given to us, and we are in Matthew 12. Guys, let's quick. Matthew, give me a quick. I should have had you guys read this. Give me something out of Matthew 1. Just go around it real quick, all the way to Matthew 12. Matthew 1 is what?
We have the genealogy of Messiah. Matthew 2 was basically Joseph's life. He went to Egypt, then came back. 3 was him getting baptized by Yochanan the Immerser. 4 was him basically being tested by Satan and finding Kepha. 5 is what they call the Beatitudes. 6 was him teaching. 7 was where he told the people to depart from him, more teachings. 8 was him basically healing people in stories, more teaching. 9 was him finding more people and also more teaching, and so was 10 and 11, also more stories and teaching.
Yeah, and so who is Yochanan the Immerser? Who did we find out yesterday? Who was Yochanan?
John the Baptist.
Yeah, but who was he?
He was Eliyahu.
Eliyahu, and who's Eliyahu?
He was Elijah the prophet, basically that ascended into heaven on the flaming chariot.
Right, and so we did see him again. All right, so this is 50 verses. The NIV, I guess, starts off terribly. Is the header on this says Jesus is the Lord of the Sabbath. Okay, let's find out what that means. Does that mean the Sabbath was eliminated? Let's read. Verse 1. At that time, Yahushua went on the Shabbat through the fields, and his Talmidim were hungry, and began to pluck the heads of grain and to eat. But when the Parashim saw it, they said unto him, Behold, your Talmidim do that which is not lawful to do upon the Shabbat. Okay, what's going on here? What did this say, right? In the first 2 verses of this, what's going down?
So it's a Shabbat day, obviously. They're celebrating Shabbat, and they were obviously walking around, and there were some fields. There were the fields because they were obviously poor, so they're plucking the corn. I mean, there's nothing against them because they're obviously poor people. So they are plucking corn because they are hungry, or they're plucking grain, and they're eating it. And the Pharisees said, hey, you guys are working on the Shabbat. What are you guys doing?
Is there any Torah command that says we could not pluck the heads of grain in a field on Shabbat?
We shouldn't do any work, but for those that are eating, the poor that are eating, there's no command against them.
Yeah, and I mean, that is what the fields were for, was to do simply this, especially for the poor. There were laws in the Torah that we need to not glean all of the field because it needs to be a spot where the poor can go in there. And part of those rules is you're not supposed to pack food out of there, but there's nothing actually against this. And so who are the Parashim, Jade?
They are the Pharisees.
And what are they?
They are a people of Judaism that follow other books outside of the Bible.
Yeah, and they do not keep the laws, statutes, and commands of our Creator. Verse 3. But he said unto them, Have ye not read what David did when he was hungry, and they that were with him? How he entered into the house of Elohim, and did eat the showbread, which was not lawful for him to eat, neither for them which were with him, but only for the priests. Or have you not read in the Torah how that on the Shabbats the priests in the temple profane the Shabbats and are blameless? Okay, what does he mean by those last two things? What is he talking about David's thing, guys?
David, when he was under attack by Saul, he was running for his life, and he had a bunch of men with him, and they were all hungry. They had nothing to eat. They went days without food, so they ended up in a area with a temple and a priest, and he was hungry, and he's like, what can we eat? And the priest gave them the showbread to eat, that they don't go hungry.
Yeah,
and the second thing, and he says they profane the Shabbat and are blameless, the mikdash, which is they are offering sacrifices, they are slaughtering because
they're working.
That was their job. That was what they were supposed to do, and that's how they were blameless, because they're doing what Yah commanded them to do. They were exempt from working. They had to do the work on the Shabbat.
Yeah, their Shabbat is work. Verse 6. But I say unto you that in this place is one greater than the temple. But if ye had known what this means, I will have mercy and not sacrifice, you would have not condemned the guiltless. Okay? What is he saying there?
He's saying that he is more than the temple, he's greater than the temple, and that if they would know that, they would be fine, but he would rather have them be following the Torah and then offering sacrifices.
Yeah. Okay, and this is a Christian stumbling block right here. For Yahuwah is the essence, and this, yeah, he screwed it up.
For the Ben of Adam is the Adon of the Shabbat.
Yep. So this is a terrible translation by Dr. Stephen Pidgeon and the terrible Sefer group. Okay. Yeah. So that doesn't say that. It's supposed to be the Son of Man, and that so for Yahushua is the essence, and the Shabbat the son of Adam. All right. Hold on here. Did he mess this up or not? Here's what it says: For Yahuwah is the essence, and the Shabbat the son of Adam.
And is that 8?
That is 8.
Mine says for the Ben of Adam is Adon of the Shabbat.
Yeah, they've totally botched this.
Even the king doesn't say like in essence.
No. So, Kate, read yours. What's your guys say again?
For the Ben of Adam is the Adon of the Shabbat.
Okay. Does this say that the Sabbath is no more?
No.
Does this say that we should not be keeping the Sabbath?
Nope.
What is he talking about then here?
He's saying that he is the ruler of the Shabbat. He has the power over the Shabbat. He is as one of the priests that were blameless when he did work. That was his job, was to teach and to preach, and these guys were the people around him. His apostles were also his little priests around him as well. So when they went and ate, they did no sin.
Right. Okay, 9. And when he was departed thence, he went into their synagogue. And behold, there was a man which had his hand withered. And they asked him, saying, Is it lawful to heal on the Shabbats, that they might accuse him? Okay, is it what do you guys think? Do we have a command that you can't heal on the Shabbat?
It's better to write on the Shabbat.
Yeah, there's better to do good than it is to do evil. Okay, 11. And he said unto them, What man shall there be among you that shall have one sheep, and if it fall into a pit on the Shabbat, will he not lay hold on it and lift it out? How much then is a man better than a sheep? Wherefore it is lawful to do well on the Shabbats. Then he says to the man, Stretch forth your hand. And he stretched it forth, and it was restored whole, like as the other. Then the Parashim went out and held counsel against him, how they might destroy him. But when Yahushua knew it, he withdrew himself from thence, and great multitudes followed him, and he healed them all. And charged them that they should not make him known, that it might be fulfilled, which was spoken by Yeshayahu the prophet, saying, Behold, my servant, whom I have chosen, my Yakid, in whom my soul is well pleased. I will put my Ruach upon him, and he will show judgment to the other nations. Okay, you're off one, Eli. So what is he saying here exactly, guys?
So basically, they wanted to kill Yahushua, and they wanted to stop what he was doing, because he's taking people away from what they believed in, and they were believing evil things. And so then it quotes Isaiah and talks about where he was judging them and healing them and helping the other nations.
Okay. 19. He shall not strive nor cry, neither shall any man hear his voice in the streets. What are we talking
He's
about
still
here?
quoting Isaiah.
He's still, okay. A bruised reed shall he not break, and smoking flax shall he not quench, till he send forth judgment unto victory. And his name shall the other nations trust. Then was brought unto him one possessed with a devil, blind and dumb. And he healed him, so much so that the blind and dumb both spoke and saw. That would be creepy, right? You guys would, I mean, this would be really crazy.
It's just people you know that are really sick, people that you know that are handicapped, and they end up coming back completely healed.
Yeah, and made well. Okay, and all the people were amazed and said, "Is not this the son of David?" But when the Parashim heard it, they said, "This fellow does not cast out devils, but by Beelzebub, the prince of devils." And Yahushua knew their thoughts and said unto them, "Every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation, and every city or house divided against itself shall not stand. And if Satan cast out Satan, he is divided against himself. How shall this kingdom stand?" Okay, these are very good words. I mean, you guys understand what this means, right? Every house divided against itself. These are the very extremely wise words. That it goes for not just, them accusing him of this, but it is very true. How can a house divided stand well, guys?
It won't. It wouldn't.
I mean, if we look at our house, when we're divided, do we stand well or do we fall?
We fall. We don't stand well at all.
We crumble, right? And so when we start infighting and arguing, our house is destroyed. And so these are very, very wise words. 27. And if I by Baal-zebub cast out devils, by whom do your children cast them out? Therefore they shall be your judges. Wow. So he's spanking the Pharisees right here.
This is why they hated him so much. They just couldn't beat him in anything, and it really frustrated him.
And he was probably doing this quietly, calmly, patiently, not yelling at them, humbly, right? And so this is scary stuff for them. 28. But if I cast out devils by the Ruach Elohim, then the kingdom of Elohim is coming to you. Or else, how can one enter into a strong man's house and spoil his goods, except he first bind the strong man, and then he will spoil his house? He that is not with me is against me, and he that gathers not with me scatters abroad. Okay, what is this saying? What is this saying to the world right here?
He's saying that there's only two teams you can choose. There's Yahushua or there's Hasatan. He's like, if you're not with me, you're with Hasatan. It doesn't matter if you say, I don't believe, I'm in and out, I don't know. It's yes, you're in or you're out. There's no lukewarm, there's no gray area. It's black or white, and you have to choose which side you're on.
Yeah, Messiah Yahushua, he does not have another doctrine. His doctrine is the Torah, the same stuff we've been going over for the last 6 months here. 31. Wherefore I say unto you, all manner of sin and blasphemy shall be forgiven unto men, but the blasphemy against the Ruach HaKodesh shall not be forgiven unto men. Okay, this sounds like something we do not know. We did not know this before, right?
Yeah, I think this should be in a command or something in like a book of like something to be held of power.
Yeah, I think this needs to go into a commandical, like
do not blaspheme
against the Ruach HaKodesh. And that could be a lot of different things. That could be probably a joke that you make or something in that means. So 1231 should go under a commandment. Do not blaspheme against the Ruach HaKodesh. And whosoever speaks a word against the son of Adam, it shall be forgiven him. But whoever speaks against the Ruach HaKodesh, it shall not be forgiven him, neither in this world, neither in the world to come. Now, gentlemen, why would this be? What is special about the Ruach HaKodesh?
Well, it's the spirit from Yahuwah. It's like what Yahuwah sent to the people to basically give direction to the people.
I mean, is this Yahuwah, the Ruach HaKodesh, or is it not Yahuwah?
It is his spirit. It's one of his spirits, like probably his most powerful spirit he gave to the people.
Maybe, yeah. I mean, it is definitely a powerful spirit, but is it Yahuwah or is this not? Is this literally the essence of Yahuwah?
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
It's a part of Yahuwah, but it is not Yahuwah. It is one of his spirits where he has multiple spirits. I'm sure they all take part in some of his attributes, like the Ruach HaKodesh would take part in guidance and things of that sort, where the spirit of wisdom gives you wisdom.
So what would make this different if this is not Yah? I mean, if the spirit, if you were not thinking this is Yah, why would this particular blasphemy end up with you in the pits of hell? Why is there no forgiveness for this?
I don't know.
I don't know either. I always look at this, like the spirit of wisdom, the Ruach HaKodesh, all these different spirits, as being essentially an extension of Yah. I mean, it's, the air that we breathe, with the just everything around us. Wind, we know wind is a spirit. We know rain is a spirit. We know all of this stuff. And it's all part of Yah. It's all part of him embracing us and being all around us. I do think this is Yah myself. But we will continue on. 33. Either make the tree good and his fruit good, or else make the tree corrupt and his fruit corrupt. For the tree is known by his fruit. O offspring of vipers, how can ye, being evil, speak good things? For out of the abundance of the heart the mouth speaks. A good man out of the good treasure of the heart brings forth good things, and an evil man out of the evil treasure brings forth evil things. But I say to you, that every idle word that men shall speak, they shall give account thereof in the day of judgment. Hard words. Hard words. I mean, this is hard words. I mean, what about here in this house? I mean, we've talked about this before, right?
Yeah.
I mean, this is what we work on a daily basis here, in more kindness and humbleness and brotherly love. I have a life's mission now, is trying to bond the brothers to the point where they are best friends instead of just brothers. And it's a hard task. It is definitely a hard task. Brothers seem to have ways with each other that outsiders don't. I'm sure it's probably the same with sisters. Nicole's the same with sisters?
Yep.
Are you guys ruthless to each other?
Yep.
Were you?
Yeah.
Completely ruthless?
Yeah.
And you still like your sister?
Yeah.
Oh, she kind of almost didn't. She almost didn't.
I haven't talked to my sister in a long time.
Oh, that sounds bad. How long?
Well, it's just they kind of disowned our family when we moved away. So
They did disown our family. Yes, when we left the great United States of America, Babylon the Free, everybody disowned us. Nobody wanted to talk to us. Nobody says anything. We're the crazy people now. So here we are, crazy. But so is
It's
this
been about a year since I've talked to her because I told her happy birthday. But
happy birthday? Okay, that's good for you. Why'd you wish her happy birthday? We don't do birthdays.
I don't know.
You just being nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because everybody back in Babylon, they still do birthdays. So, all right, here we go. 37. For by your words you shall be justified, and by your words you shall be condemned. Judgment Day is going to be a tough time. I wonder how long it's going to take. How long do you think Judgment Day is going to take for each individual?
I have no idea.
I mean, it's going to be a long time. I mean, because we're going to be replaying all of this stuff as we stand before our Creator naked. You guys ready for this? You guys ready for Judgment Day?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if anyone's ready for Judgment Day. I don't know what it's going to bring. You never know.
At least we have an attorney,
Yeah, you have.
Messiah Yahushua. That's the only hope we got.
That's why you do your best here. You keep the faith, and you hope that it goes well.
Yeah, keep the faith, and keeping the faith is not disobeying the law, statutes, and commands. Okay, 38. Then certain of the scribes and of the Parashim answered, saying, Rabbi, we would see a sign from you. But he answered and said unto them, An evil and adulterous nation seeks after a sign, and there shall no sign be given to it, but the sign of the prophet Jonah. For as Jonah was 3 days and 3 nights in the fish's belly, so shall the son of Adam be 3 days and 3 nights in the heart of the earth. The men of Nineveh shall rise in judgment with this nation, and shall condemn it, because they repented at the preaching of Jonah. And behold, a greater than Jonah is here. The queen of the south shall rise up in the judgment with this nation, and shall condemn it. For she came from the uttermost part of the earth to hear the wisdom of Shalomah. And behold, a greater than Shalomah is here. Yeah, far greater. Okay. When the unclean ruach is gone out of a man, he walks through dry places, seeking rest, and finds none. Then he says, I will return into my house from whence I came. And when he is come, he finds it empty, swept, and garnished. Okay, what are we talking about here with an unclean ruach? It says clearly, an unclean ruach comes out of a man. What is this saying?
When a man has a demon,
He's demonically possessed. Was that a stumper? I got both of you guys stumped.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
Were you guys not paying attention?
No, I was paying attention. I was trying to figure out where we're going here.
Yes. Well, the guy had demons, right? The guy had a demon, and he says that the demon leaves, is gone out of a man. He walks through dry places. This gives us some interesting stuff, right? Because we know the pigs and the demons went into the pigs, right? And it would be the same thing when the demons leave the pigs. They're going to walk through dry places seeking rest and finds none, right? So that's the life of a demon, or the fallen, or the sons of the Nephilim. Actually, not the sons of the Nephilim, it's the sons of the Watchers. The Nephilim are the ones that have no souls. Nephilim, and Eliab. Lost, they have no souls that go somewhere else, so they haunt, and they walk through this, and they're seeking man to come into. So 44 says, Then he says, I will return into my house from whence I came. And when he is come, he finds is empty, swept, and garnished. So the demon left and came back into this house, and the guy has cleaned up the house, right? He looks like he's cleaned up. Then goes he and takes with himself 7 other ruach, more wicked than himself, and they enter in and dwell there. And the last state of that man is worse than the first, even so shall it also be also unto this wicked nation. Okay, we learned a lot right here, right? We learned that demons have friends, right? They are able to communicate with each other, right? If we take this story right here, which I believe is very true, it basically says a person can have an unclean spirit, and the unclean spirit can go bring friends in. And for whatever reason, if your house is clean and you're able to confine one demon, this guy's going to come in and he's going to bring 7 other that are far more wicked, and you're going to be far more distraught. You're going to be destroyed. Okay, 46. I do 45? Yep. While he yet talked to the people, behold, his mother and his brethren stood without, desiring to speak with him. Then one said unto him, behold, your mother and brethren stand without, desiring to speak with you. But he answered and said unto him that told him, who is my mother, and who is my brethren? And he stretched forth his hand toward his Talmudian and said, behold, my brother and my brethren, my mother and my brethren. For whosoever shall do the will of my Father which is in heaven, the same is my brother and sister and mother. Wow. Okay, so this clearly tells us some things, right? This clearly tells us that we have a father, that the father has a son, and we can be brothers and sisters and basically family of Messiah Yahushua in the kingdom, right? This is what it is. This is about getting rid of our earthly family, per se, kind of, and having a brand new family that is going to be completely different. It's going to be a holy family, a righteous family, family that's seeking the desires of our Elohim Most High. Yeah. All right, anyone have anything?
I don't. I think that's everything. We will have Youth for Yah tomorrow.
Youth for Yah tomorrow, Yah willing. And to everybody who prayed for my stepdad, Charles Boss, thank you guys very, 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 very much. My heart goes out to you guys. I love you guys with everything. You guys prove yourselves loyal family of Yah time and time and time and time and time again. And we can't thank you guys enough for that support and for being there when we were down, when we were broken, and just being rocks that we needed. And, that's what the family of Elohim is all about. It's about kindness. It's about love. It's about gentleness, meekness, humbleness. It's about loving your neighbor. And I thank you guys. I can't thank you guys enough. And it was successful, and he made it out. And I don't know if he's stood up yet, but it may be days before he ever does. And but thank you guys very, very much. Much love to you, and we are out.
Shalom.
Shalom.